free. When the criminals creak and the tombstones quake,
spooks come out for a swinging wake.
Happy haunts materialize
And begin to vocalize.
Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Greetings, my friends! This is Doc Parazak introducing you once again to the Haunted Mansion Show's Halloween special, Infamous Souls of the World! If you love animals, you'll howl with excitement for this week's monster, the werewolf. And now, here's your host.
Your ghost host. Thank you for the music. Welcome back, mortals, to Infamous Souls of the World. For our third installment, I do hope you have any piece of silver hanging around the household. Why, you ask? That's because our next monster for discussion is the hairy but deadly member of the terrorific world, the werewolf. Let's begin, shall we? What is a werewolf? A werewolf is a half-man, half-wolf hybrid that usually stands on its hind legs, appears in either brown or gray fur, bear very sharp claws and teeth, and only come out when the moon is full. How does a werewolf become real? Well, for that, let's take a look at this foolish mortal here. In order to become a werewolf, he or she must be bitten by another werewolf, therefore blending in the mortal's blood with the traits of that werewolf. Where did werewolves come from? What is the history behind this particular creature? What makes a wolfman so popular, and what sets him apart from the rest? Folklore out of speculation was quite common in Europe during the Middle Ages, so there was no surprise that someone out there would weave a tale or two about a man who could change into a ravenous wolf at will. Years later, various beliefs of supernatural beings were spread throughout the world faster than ever before. All across the globe, people believed that they were being haunted by witches, which will be our next topic on the show. Elsewhere, a brand new creature was rumored to walk the ends of the earth, a creature that was just as feared as the witch. This creature just so happened to be the werewolf. It is also interesting to note that we previously mentioned that a vampire becomes a werewolf when he or she dies. Imagine two of the most horrible things in one. It was bad enough you had to deal with a blood-sucking succubus, but now you have to deal with a man-eating dog. For centuries, mortals everywhere would lock their doors and windows whenever the full moon rose above the sky. The sound of a howl echoing through the wind would spark madness in the helpless minds of many a man, woman, and child. Was that the bay of a werewolf? Or was it just your imagination? Eventually, they found ways to rid their villages and towns of these hairy beasts. They discovered that the best way to exterminate the werewolf was any silver object in possession, particularly knives and bullets. Once vanquished, the canine returns to its human form, resulting in a terrible tragedy that would fall upon the guilt of the hunters themselves. Now I am aware that at this point of the episode I should end the lecture and take you to one of our happy haunts. Well, you see, my friends, the problem is that one of our happy haunts is not only a werewolf, but he has become a plain wolf now. The poor chap can hardly speak anymore. You're probably wondering why. Well, allow me to elucidate. You see, he was a man once, obviously. He was named Bisclavret. Bisclavret was a baron in the village of Brittany, France. He lived with a fair maiden for a wife, but he had to disappear 3 times every week, and that was because, well, I'll get to that. Now let's see, where was I? Oh yes, Bisclaver's living in the village. Even though he had a life to share with a woman, there was nothing he loved better than the quiet, solitary evenings alone. The evening silence, the waters moving ever so creepily underneath the town bridge, happy couples walking through the town. And at first, at this point, it was almost as if he did not need a girl of any sort. His only nightly companion was the moon. So full, so bright, so intoxicating, hypnotizing. So as you can imagine, when he finally vowed to his wife that he would be her husband forever, that was when things started to change for the worse. Not to talk down on marriage, you must understand, but... well, anyway. Soon his wife became anxious and demanded the reason as to why he had to be away for 3 times a week. Now, of course, Bisclavret here could not stand to let her know about his little... secret. And there's a little matter I forgot to mention. The king appreciated his work as a baron very highly, and he as well did not know Bisclavret's secret. Surely he would have his head if he ever found out. Well, eventually, Bisclavret did cave in, and he told his wife, even though she never had the chance to tell anybody else. And no, it wasn't because she was told to. I bet you're all wondering what his little secret was, aren't you? Well, isn't it obvious? Not only did he become more fuzzier than his mortal chest when he was alive, but his appetite had become immense. If he is ever hungry, his stomach would settle for anything. Or sometimes... anyone. Oh, you should have seen the look on her face when he pounced with excitement. There was nothing in all thy beloved France that could have expected their surprise feast. Well, alright, it was rather Bisclavret's surprise feast, really. Eventually, the hunters of the village finally found him and did him in. And his soul was forever alone. That is until he was interested in our ghost relations department. And now he is here forevermore.
The creepy creeps at the Haunted Mansion hope you enjoyed our 3rd topic of infamous souls of the world. To fill you in on our last entry, here is your ghost host.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Next week's an episode you won't want to miss, because our last monster will have you bewitched. What the? I don't remember having this song. Is this the right record? Maynard! The record's broken! Maynard! Where are you?
If you would like to join our jamboree, there's a simple rule that's compulsory. Mortals pay a token fee. Rest in peace. chase the hauntings free. So hurry back